After continued Israeli strikes on Gaza and persistent pressure from his fellow Democrats, President Biden is now calling for a ceasefire. In a phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the White House says in a statement the president expressed his support for a ceasefire. Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, one of the most persistent critics of the president from within his own party, tweeted, "Finally, our delay in supporting a ceasefire has caused the slaughter of children and destruction of lives. Now Biden has to push for an end to the occupation." The White House press secretary has been insisting the Biden administration is engaged in quiet diplomacy to end the conflict and reduce Palestinian and Israeli casualties.
The prism we are making all of our decisions through is how can we help bring an end to the violence and bring an end to de-escalate the situation on the ground.
In March, President Biden's own Secretary of State promised to make human rights the foundation of American foreign policy.
And the Biden-Harris administration will stand against human rights abuses wherever they occur, regardless of whether the perpetrators are adversaries or partners.
Critics argue the rights of Palestinians, who make up the overwhelming number of civilian deaths and injuries in the current conflict, are being ignored. And Biden has failed to roll back most of his predecessors' pro-Israel policies that he once called destructive. The U.S. Embassy remains in Jerusalem. Biden has not overturned President Trump's recognition of Israel's sovereignty over the occupied Golan Heights. Biden's foreign policy has also avoided condemning forced expulsions of Palestinians from their homes.
So far, it's a dramatic failure. The main reason for that is that the administration was taken by surprise. They did not expect this to happen. It's partly a self-inflicted wound.
Biden maintains both Israelis and Palestinians are entitled to safety and security in equal measure. That's why some members of Congress are questioning reports of a recent one-sided arms deal, $735 million in new weapons to Israel. Some lawmakers argue the sale should be halted until Israel stops its military campaign. Biden has consistently defended Israel's right to defend itself, and he has repeatedly criticized the Hamas rockets raining down on Israeli soil, at one point saying the Israeli assault was not disproportionate. But there have been days of air attacks since then. Now, Israelis and Palestinians alike wait to see if the American president's call for a ceasefire will actually make a difference. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Washington.